Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Time to do a review of all of the Master Set items for the Winternational event. Now, I thought about doing this technically there's 16 because there's 8 91s and 8 92s. And I thought about, kind of doing all 16 at once, but that really wouldn't be beneficial because, again, some people are only going to be able to get only 91s. Some people are only going to go after 92s. Well, that 91, 92 choice pack. But regardless, I thought I would do a review of all of the 91s and then we'll do the 92s as well because it does significantly change the order in my opinion, at least some of them. So what we'll do is we'll start with the 91s and the value and where they are and the importance of which I think you should go after them if you're trying to again make sure that you get the best card out of the bunch, as well as the ones that I think you should avoid just because of the whether the great cards already at that position or the meta and how you play, all that kind of stuff. So let's get into today's video, guys. Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content. All right, let's get into the top Winternational Master Set items. All right, we'll start first with the 91 Sergei Bobrovsky. While his card is fantastic in terms of the build, like if you were to design what you want in a perfect goaltender, all of his stats match up. So 92 glove, really high glove high, under 80 aggression, good speed, and at 6'2", he's right in that great range in terms of how goalies progress in their stats and whatnot. The problem is that he's a goaltender, and while he does have distributor, Heart and Soul is completely useless. Well, I don't want to say useless, but it's like the fifth synergy you'd want to activate in terms of teams. So there's probably a good chance that you'll never activate it. So with distributor, that does boost his value a little bit, but when it comes to spending as many coins you're going to need to get a 91 overall card, goaltender is not where you should spend the money. I mean, you should never really spend that much money on a HUT card. I mean, I will get into what I did a little bit later on, but the 91, just not worth it, in my opinion, for the amount and the investment you're going to have to put in. Coming in at number 7 is the 91 ZUCCARELLO. Well, this card does fit the meta in terms of like the fast, speedy wingers that you can just like fly down the wing. The problem is that if you're going to spend this much on a card, he needs to at least assist you a little bit in synergies or a little bit more well-rounded. So Barrage is a synergy that, again, you won't really want to activate, especially when you consider that you want distributors, swarm, spark, all of those ahead of it. That being said, so he's 5'8". That already makes him pretty useless in his own zone. You're not going to be able to bump the puck, bump people off the puck, or lay big hits to at least try and get back defensively, which is the way that you need to play defense in this game. Now, sometimes you can make up for that with someone with a high body checking stat. He only has 80 overall, so he is legit a very, very big liability in his own zone. Combine that with the fact that he doesn't have a speed synergy and he's got 92 speed, which is great. Don't get me wrong. You could get Howie Morenz for like half the cost, and I would actually prefer him over it. He's got a little bit higher body checking, but again, that doesn't really matter all that much. His wrist shot is a little bit better, his speed's better, and he has distributors. So this is why, again, it just comes down to there's other cards in the market that you can get for much cheaper as opposed to this one, which really hurts his value. So number 7 is ZUCCARELLO. Coming in at 96 is the 91 ERIK KARLSSON. Now, again, I need to preface this by saying this is a fantastic card. Do not get me wrong. Don't hear what I'm not saying. The issue is that, again, doesn't offer any synergies that'll actually really assist you. Gladiator is probably like 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th among team-based or player-based synergies that you want to activate. And Barrage, again, just not one that we're in a position that you want to sacrifice any of the speed ones to get a slap shot boost. So that being said, 91 speed, acceleration, 94 agility is fantastic before people that have distributor and all of that. This is kind of like a right-handed version of Paul Coffey, though. Like, there's just so many great right-handed cards already on the back end that actually assist you. Like, I would rather have still Aaron Ekblad, who I think is still by far the best right-handed defenseman, one that I use. I would rather have John Carlson. Barely. His synergies are keeping him up there. Hansen's better, in my opinion. Even, I don't know about Drew Doughty, but Swarm is at least one of the top 3 team-based synergies that you can look to activate. But there's just an overabundance of great right-handed defensemen, which knocks down ERIK KARLSSON's value. Like, if you're going to spend $400 or $500K on a card, you got to make sure that there's not cheaper, better options out there or somewhere that you can improve upon elsewhere in your lineup. Moving on, checking in at number 5 is the 91 JAKUB VORACEK, 6'2", 214. This is an elite build card. Like, this is a fantastic build card. Just under 90 speed and acceleration, which is fine. But again, doesn't have a team-based synergy that's gonna help you or assist you. His shot is great. 90 accuracy, 96 power is awesome. His hand stats are all good. And stick checking and defensive awareness also very good. again, like, there isn't a lot of amazing left-handed forwards, but if you're going to spend this much, he needs to at least really assist you. The one thing I will say is I'm really starting to like the workhorse synergy. It's something that I'm trying to activate, so that does save him a little bit, in my opinion, because it is a very, very good synergy. I think it gets overlooked a lot by Speedster and Howitzer, because outside of acceleration, balance and endurance isn't one a lot of people look at. However, they're two very important stats as well. But that being said, like, his shot, again, among left-handed forwards, he feels big. I played him a little bit, and he just feels a little bit sluggish, a little bit slow. However, this is a phenomenal card, so while even though he's 5th in terms of where I would rank him among all of the other ones, it doesn't necessarily mean I don't like him. I think this is a great card. I wish he was a little bit faster, but other than that, you can't really complain. I just, if he had Swarm, Spark, Distributor, I think that this would probably be one of the best, so keep that in mind. Coming in at number 4 is the 91 Zach Parise with Balanced and Speedster. I do have to say that I really, really like this card because he does get up to 92 speed before Distributor, much like ZUCCARELLO, but ZUCCARELLO is a little bit shorter. With the shot boost, it's essentially the same as ZUCCARELLO as well. Stick check and defensive awareness is great. He just is, at 5'11", 6-foot range, you're fine defensively. Like, you're not going to be an issue. You can still bump people off the puck unless they're like elite, like Eric Lindros size, those kind of guys. But it's not going to be nearly as disappointing as ZUCCARELLO is in his own zone. So because of Speedster, that really saves his value. If he had another synergy, like a team-based one like Swarm, it'd be even higher. But this card is definitely good. I do think it's a good-looking build, and someone that you should look to target if you're looking for a left-handed forward. Coming in at number 3 is the 91 MARIAN GABORIK, and again, this card is saved by his synergies in terms of all the other ones. So at 92 speed with Distributor activated, obviously that's going to assist you. But he also has Wingman, and there is quite a few cards that have Wingman, so it's not out of the realm possibility that you have it activated. Like Jerome McGinley has it. If you have the Akil Thomas as well, those are two cards like you could have, like, say you have an unbelievable God Squad team. Those could be in your 3rd or 4th lines, and you've almost got Wingman activated, which, again, any synergy that helps with acceleration is important. Okay, it also boosts his wrist shot accuracy, which is great, and then gets his passing up to 96. So a very, very good synergy. If you have Spark activated as well, this card gets up even higher as his acceleration is good. I wish his shot was a little better, but if you activate Wingman, that's 96, 93 is great. Defensively, he's really good as well. 96 checking, 90 defensive awareness, and 89 body checking for a 6'1" frame. It's a great left-handed card, one of the best left-handed winger cards in the game. Coming in at number 2 is the 91 Nathan MacKinnon. So this is obviously a great card just right off the bat. 6 foot, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, and 94 agility. His shot is in the low 90s, which I'm a little surprised at, but he does have Spark, which is the second best team-based synergy in the game. So if you have Spark activated, that drastically changes the value of this card, because if you also have Distributor, you have 95 acceleration, 94 agility, and 94 speed, which is elite. That's top end. That is one of the best in the game. His shot, however, again, when you compare it to other guys, other right-handed winger cards that have just an amazing card, like Mario Lemieux or Guy Lafleur, for example, he's just third. Like, he's third best among those cards. That is the problem with right-handed winger cards right now in NHL 21. There's just so many great ones. So while he is, in my opinion, the second best card in this release, there's just these other options that most people probably have, because Lafleur and Mario Lemieux have been out since the launch of the game, essentially, and they're still better. So this is an absolute dynamite card. And to be honest, if I picked him up, I'd probably put Mario Lemieux back at center. Just because you don't want to have this card on your third line. So a great card. He comes in at number 2. Then we've got the 91 PATRIK LAINE. So 6'5", 206, absolutely elite endgame size. With Swarm, which again is one of the decent synergies, and Workhorse. So again, if you activated Swarm and Workhorse, then had Spark and Distributor, like, this card is absolutely out of control. It'd be 95 acceleration, 92 speed. The fact that he's 6'5" is absolutely bananas. Then his shot is basically perfect. 97 wrist shot accuracy, 96 power, then 96 for the slap shots. Defensively, he's not bad either. Stick checking at 89, defensive awareness at 87, hand stats all across the board, and body checking 87 on a 6'5" guy. This is an amazing elite end card. Again, the only issue is that there is already so many good right-handed cards. However, if you you are looking for the best card of the bunch of the 91s, it is PATRIK LAINE, and you just find a way to put him up near the top. If you are someone who's free to play and you're finally looking to get one of your, you're finally looking to get your first master set item, or maybe one in a while, this PATRIK LAINE would be on your team for a very long time. All right, guys, so we'll just quickly go over the 92s because there isn't a huge difference, and I don't want to rank them all because, again, it's just going to be synergies that change them. I just want to point out the ones that, have the biggest bump in value. So the 92 Sergei Bobrovsky, like, goaltender is always so subjective because if you say you're in Division 1, Division 2, maybe even Hut Champs, the players you're playing and the shots that you're going to give up are extremely high opportunity chances. Like, the guys I play maybe take 7 shots in a game, but they're all perfect backdoor one-timers. So, like, that's why I think goalie stats are a lot less, important in this year. So I've used Sergei Bobrovsky. I went out. I spent the $600K to get him. His synergy combo with Distributor and Spark. The second he gets Spark and Distributor, those are the two most important team-based synergies. That's when he gets a huge jump in value. Now, do I think that you should go out and buy him? No, unless you are absolutely Hut rich. You're rolling around in the Hut coins. There is no reason for you to spend 600,000 coins on a goalie. Don't do as I do as I say, guys. Again, I try and make content and get like the most overpowered team just, for content. So, while I've used him and he's been incredible for me, I'm sure there's going to be people in my comments that say that he sucks. Some people will never be bailed out by goaltenders. You have to understand that, like, goaltending is, if someone is in the middle of the slot backdoor, and even if he has like an 80 overall shooting, it's more than likely going to go in no matter what goaltender there. Again, base your goaltender based on how many goals he gives up where you're like, wow, man, you got to have that. Or, holy smokes, how did that not go in? And if the holy smokes, how did that not go in outweighs the, man, you got to have that, that's how I determine a goaltender, basically. And he has done fantastic for me. And again, I'm playing Hut Champs Division 2 rivals. So, do with that as you wish. ZUCCARELLO with 92, while his stats are fantastic, obviously 93 speed, 93 acceleration. Those are great. Nothing wrong with that. He's fantastic. That's super fast, plays into the meta. His shot is okay at 94 power, 93 accuracy. Again, I say okay in the terms of like other top-end left-handed cards. Very, very good. It's just, to spend this much coins on a player that literally has 3 synergies that you're not going to activate more than likely, just a super big sink in your coins, and that's why I would avoid the 92 Matt Zuccarello. Now, if he drops to like 350, 400K maybe for a 92 overall, I would take a long look because everyone has their price. Next, we've got the 92 VORACEK, and the VORACEK gets super interesting because if you have Wingman and Workhorse activated before any team-based synergies, he's already one of the best skaters in the game. So if you have Spark, that's 99 acceleration, speed gets up to 92 with a Distributor, and then agility goes to 97 as well with Swarm. His shot is almost perfect because of Wingman. Like, this is a absolute force, but again, it's going to depend a lot if you can activate those synergies. And again, Wingman and Workhorse are not one of the ones that a lot of people look to activate. So just a really, really, really good card. It just balance kind of knocks him down a little bit. Zach Parise doesn't really improve all that much with Speedster. It's great, obviously, 93 speed before Distributor, but Shutdown, again, there's a few top-end cards that have Shutdown, but it's like Roman Josi and Ekholm, for example, so it's probably not one you're going to activate, and, so he doesn't really gain a ton from that. Now, MacKinnon, he gets a pretty big jump in value. Just, he has Spark, so he's obviously fantastic in skating already. But Light the Lamp makes him really interesting because a lot of people have that Gretzky card, and Gretzky is such a sink on your synergies. He's unbelievable, so you can't take him out of your lineup. If you have the 91 Gretzky, he's already got 2 to Light the Lamp. You're 1 away if you get this card. And while I don't think Light the Lamp is all that important, it is a very, very good synergy if you can on top of other cards. Like, it's very good in the sense that if you're able to on the cards that do have it, like if you get up to his wrist shot accuracy to 87 or 97 is very, very important. The other ones that are not very good, ones that you're not looking to activate, but again, it boosts his value a little bit, but only in the sense if you have that Gretzky, because if you don't, then you're probably not getting this activated. KARLSSON does become a lot more interesting with the 92 because of Workhorse. Again, there's a lot of defensemen. I think that defensemen are the ones that take advantage of Workhorse the most. It's very important because acceleration, balance, and endurance really for a defenseman are super important. You get 94 acceleration before Distributor and Swarm and all that. That's top end. That changes a lot of things. So this 92 KARLSSON gets a big bump from his 91 in my opinion if you activate workhorse. LAINE, in my opinion, still the best among the 92s, just because of, like, you know, the 6'5", perfect shot. You know, and then again has swarm, so it's one synergy that can assist you. Get spark and distributor on it, and this card is unbelievable. You combine that with the fact that you could get workhorse as well, and you know this card is just incredible. Like 92 overall PATRIK LAINE, even untradeable, is probably an end game card. He will be replaced. He is going to play a little bit slower than a lot of people, but again, it's just so overpowered right now with the 98 wrist shot accuracy and 97 power. Like you can pick a corner from really far out with that. Just an extremely good card. Shutdown, obviously one that isn't really going to benefit you all that much, but it doesn't hurt, I guess. But these two on the 92 are fantastic. And then lastly, we've got MARIAN GABORIK. Again, I have the MARIAN GABORIK because I had the 89 to upgrade him. I think it was worth it. Distributor, 92 speed. Wingman is great, but again, not one I look to activate. A Magician, so his synergies aren't all that great, but 97 shot power, 91 accuracy. If you have a Spark and Swarm, this card is great top-end, you know, speed, and when you consider the fact that left-handed wingers are still kind of meh, this is an extremely good card. So guys, that is going to do it for today's video as the ranking of all the Winternational Master items. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I will see you guys later on. Have a good one.